Today I'm going to show you 3 stages every writer has to go through, how even good advice can hurt you depending on the stage you are at, and finally how to go through each phase the fastest, understanding few rare but proven shortcuts. Writing is what allowed me to go from making $1.4 an hour from here in an insurance company to selling $30+ million online while having not one, not two, but 3 kids. So let's dive right in. First, the biggest mistake, which costed me a lot of energy, a lot of time, and a lot of frustration, probably a lot of money, and that's not documenting the process, which is so important in today's world, in year 2025 and beyond. Turning on the camera and documenting whatever you do. So when you start reading, document. When you start outlining, document. Put on your phone, just record, go into the editor and make it like 50 times faster, and then just let people see. It will give you so much credibility. It will give you so much room for content. It will give you so much ease and so much comfort for being in front of camera, from showing your work in front of others. It will completely transform how you think and how you feel about creating the personal brand. The personal brand is something you do at stage 3, but it starts here. So avoid that mistake when you are embarking on that journey of becoming a writer. Document whatever you do. If the most important step when it comes to stage 1 and when it comes to becoming a writer, and the most important step to destroying writer's block and never ever encounter it, transcribing whatever you get your hands on using pen and paper. How I never had writer's block in 10 years of writing. At the very beginning, I used to download a PDF book or get an audiobook for free, then put an earpiece in my ear and then transcribe the entire thing by hand. I did that with courses, like 11-hour courses. I did it with books, like 200, 300, 400 pages books. I did it with YouTube videos. And when you do that at stage 1, this stage lasts between 6 months and 2 years, depend on how disciplined you are, actually how much time and how much brute force you put into writing. What you do in this stage is literally take a YouTube video from your favorite content creator, transcribe every single word by hand. Take another one, transcribe by hand. Forget about hooks, forget about climax, forget about stories, forget about all that. You don't need that at stage 1. Stage 1 is getting into the habit of writing. And since the biggest problem is that blank page or blank screen or blinking cursor staring back at you, you having no idea what to put on that page, where to start and what to do, you need to start just writing. The best thing you can do, what is amazing, is buying copywriters books. So copywriting books from David Ogilvy to Gary Halbert to Eugene Schwartz to Claude Hopkins, like the OGs from back in the days, Dan Kennedy, and then transcribing those by hand. Because even if you don't want to be a copywriter, you just want to be a writer, copywriting will give you the understanding of human nature. It will give you the understanding of what you need to put on a piece of paper or on a screen in order to get people to read and enjoy it and have some fun and have some revelations and have some positive memories and positive feedback about what you are writing, how you elicit emotions and how you enter conversations that people are already having in their heads. All that you will get from copywriting books. So getting a copywriting book, getting your favorite novel, getting your favorite YouTube video, getting your favorite course, and transcribing everything by hand. What you will get from doing that is a meta skill, which will allow you to understand, after doing it for a certain period of time, how they think. It's not about the hooks, it's not about the transitions, it's not about the open loops and the stories, it's about thinking. After you transcribe a book and then you go through that transcription of yours that hopefully again you're doing by hand and using pen and paper, you will be able to see what he's doing in each paragraph and how he's constructing the thing and why some things are there, why some things are omitted, what are the emotions behind it he's trying to evoke, that he is evoking, what are the benefits of the reader, what are the problems he's presenting and how he's solving those problems, in what manner, what is the context he's putting all that in. That is extremely, extremely important. You will learn the skills of reframing, of context, of hooks, of stories. Everything will be in there. Stage one is going to last again between 6 months and 2 years, even 3 years. I wouldn't stop. I did not stop doing that even in stage two. I was transcribing YouTube videos just 2 months ago, and I'm in the game for like 11 years. So in order to destroy writer's block, you need to start transcribing things by hand. And then whenever you want to start writing something new, to stop transcribing, pick a blog, pick a newspaper article, pick a Forbes magazine, pick a Men's Health, get their headlines and get their opening sentences. People who are writing their headlines are paid like 6 or 7 times more than people writing the entire newspaper, because that grabs attention. That's what sells the damn thing. So write it down and then give it your spin. After transcribing a few books, after transcribing a few courses or a few YouTube videos, you will get the power, you will get the skill. Then when you start and you don't know where to start from, pick a topic from again, notable newspaper article or someone who has the authority in the field. Put it in your Google Docs or wherever you write, and then give it your spin. You will have so many spins after transcribing enough that you won't believe. Your writing will turn from push to automatic. You will never ever encounter writer's block, because you'll be understanding perfectly what your people want. What your people, when I say your people, people who are reading the things that you're writing. And to do that, what is extremely, extremely important in this first stage is to forget crazy routines, crazy morning routines, pink salt, staring at sun, walking in the nature. All that sounds really, really nice. What you need here, you literally need energy to brute force everything. So in stage one, it's about brute forcing. If someone can write 8 hours a day, the other guy can write 12, and the other guy can write 15, the one who's transcribing for 15 hours is going to win. At the stage one, not at the stage two, at the stage one. So you need good night's sleep, you need a bit of movement, you need solid food. Solid food meaning avoid sugars, avoid sodas, avoid sweets, and then avoid pastas and breads. Everything else is okay. So you go for a lot of vegetables, for a lot of fruit, and for a lot of meat and eggs. That's about it. When you do that, you will have so much energy that you can brute force this stage and collapse it from 3 years into 9 months and have the capacity or the skill from someone who is doing this for 3 years. Trust me, if there is any shortcut when it comes to writing, I honestly don't think there is one single more than transcribing things by hand. If you do this, your writing will start morphing into something completely different, and people will start asking questions, people will start reaching out to you, people will tell you how good the piece you wrote is. But please make sure you document everything, regardless of how early in the journey you are. Put your writing on X, put your writing in Threads, put your writing on Instagram. If you want, screen record while you're writing after transcribing, put your transcribing in video, put it on YouTube. Document your journey. Do not do it behind closed doors when no one knows, because you will regret it later, as I did. I have 9 notebooks, like almost 3,000 pages full of writing by hand, and no one knows about it. If I were to put that online and document that journey, I would be so much in demand that I couldn't be accepting clients and people who want me to write for them. Next is stage 2. In stage 2, after doing this for long enough, when I say this, I mean transcribe by hand, your thinking about writing is going to take a whole nother form. And from that place, you're going to be able to start sharpening your skill and going into the finances of writing. You're going to be starting the stage 2 with research. There is a good old philosophy we called Amazon School of Business, which meant go on Amazon, find books that are in the niche that you're trying to join, and go transcribe 5-star reviews and 1-star reviews. You open up a book that you say you want to join the fitness industry. You open up a book that has 300 plus reviews. Take 5-star reviews and you take 1-star reviews and you write them down. This will give you the understanding of what audience feels is important and what audience feels is missing. It will give you tremendous understanding of the people you're writing for, what they hate and what they love about the niche and the business that you are joining the part in. Why I'm saying 5-star and 1-star, those are emotional reviews. 3, 4, and 2 are, nah, I don't care, I'm gonna leave a review anyway. But 5-star and 1-star, 1-star people are pissed, 5-star people are exhilarated. Go on Amazon, find 3, 4, 5 books. That's how you're gonna start your research. Then what you're going to do, you're going to pick the YouTube videos with a lot of views. But what you're aiming for is not necessarily the big creators. They know what they're doing, and most of the time copywriters are writing their scripts. So you're gonna find a lot of gold in there. But they have this unfair advantage of their face, which is already known in field, and people are familiar with them. They already have the KLT, the know, like, and trust factor built. So they have the unfair advantage, and their content is not necessarily something that's going to work. So be careful when you do that. Find the outliers and find the people who have like 7,000 subscribers, and you go to their videos. There are videos that are like 1, 2, 3,000, 5,000 views, and then there is one with 72,000. That's the one that you want to use. That's the one you want to dissect and see what is going on, what is he saying at the opening line, how is he doing the intro or the hook, how he's transitioning to the meat of the video, what is the call to action, and all that kind of good stuff. So the research is the first phase. The next phase in stage 2 is specialize. In this stage, you want to decide if you want to be a YouTube script writer, or you want to be someone who writes tweets or X, or you want to specialize for TikTok videos with the short form videos, so you want to write scripts for that, or you want to go for sales pages or VSLs, which are like the long ones, or like 50, 60, 70 minute ones that are designed to sell, or you want to do ads in print, or you want to write scripts. So you find what is your thing. You pick 2, for example, and then you play around with those 2. So you start targeting with your documentations of your journey. You start targeting that specific target audience or that specific type of client, where you take a YouTube video, you dissect the YouTube video, you give the pros and cons, what he's doing, how's that working, how's that hooking audience, and then you start posting that online in order for others to see, so they can be like, hey, I want this dude to write my videos because he knows what he's talking about. Then comes the understanding of the audience, which is going back to the research. You need to know who you are writing for. If you are writing for 45 plus year old guys that are overweight, or 45 plus year old guys who run a business, or 45 plus year old guys who are single, or you're writing for 20-year-olds, or you're writing for guys who from the third world countries, you gotta understand who is that audience, and you're going to have to understand what they want. You will get that from research. You will see what they hate and what they like from the reviews of the books on Amazon. That's the easiest and the fastest ways to handle objections and to preempt objections and to hook people in and to have high retention graphs, because you're addressing all the conversations that they already have in their mind. Next thing is for you to start testing. This is when you start putting stuff online in order to see how this hook is going to perform, how this title is going to perform, how this opening is going to perform, how this text on the thumbnail is going to perform, How is the blog going to do? How is the tweet going to perform? Long form posts on Facebook that you can turn into threads on X. Whatever you are doing from that point on, you want to start documenting the tests. So you will have a lot of things documented if you start documenting here, and you will have a lot of content online, and then you will start noticing what is performing at a high level, what is performing okay, what people don't like. And from then on, you will be gathering the top performers and the okay ones, trying to give them a twist so they can join the top performers, and dissecting what you have done in the top performers. Why are those performing the way they do? What is the opening line? What is the hook? What is the open loop? How you're keeping attention? How you're keep people reading for long enough so they get to call to action, buy stuff if you're selling something, or click to watch another video, click like, or leave a comment, whatever your goal of that piece is. And that will start only in stage 2. Here, that's going to be a waste of time. Research is going to be a waste of time. Specialization is going to be a waste of time. Understanding audience is going to be a waste of time in stage 1. So in stage 2, you have research, you have to specialize, you have to understand your audience, you have to start testing, and then lastly, you will start monetizing your skill. That's the stage where you start getting clients. That's the stage where you start turning that attention into dollars. That's the stage where you get an affiliate link in your description if you're doing YouTube videos, or you're posting on TikTok, or you build a community on School or in Discord, and you are promoting that via your X posts. And whatever you do, this is a place where you start monetizing. If you're writing ads, if you're writing VSLs, you can get copywriting clients, you can write that for them, you can be paid handsomely well, and you could be getting even the percentage of the sales or the percentage of the business and all that kind of good stuff. So lastly, the stage 3. When you get to stage 3, all that's left is solidifying that personal brand of yours that you're building by documenting from the stage 1 to stage 2 and then to stage 3. So here you want to start considering going on podcasts. You want to start considering creating like cross promotions with other people. You can start the cross promotions in any stage you want when you find someone who's on the same level and the same journey that you are. So this is, I stand for this. I'm solid. I don't blink when I say this is how things are. This is what I love. This is what I hate. This is what I stand for. This is what I'm against. This is how you start building a strong personal brand. You evoke emotions, you alienate some people, and then you get a lot of them to be like, hey, this man thinks exactly like I do, and I want to start following him, and I like what he's saying, and from now on, I'm going to be watching when he's doing push-ups. I'm going to be watching when he's giving advice on how to raise children. I'm going to be watching when he gives advice on what food to eat. I'm going to be watching when he gives advice on the lighting or the camera or what blackboard to buy. That's when you get leverage. From that point on, you choose who you're going to work with. At that point, you have so much attention built into your skill of writing that you are at the point where, hey, I choose if I want to write a book, if it's going to be a fiction book or a non-fiction book, or if I want to put together the course, which is the last part, you start teaching others. So you build a course, you build a community. That's how you get to asynchronously make money, which is you don't have to devote your time to it. You have a course that's gonna sell and let you enter everybody's house at scale without you being actually there and talking like I'm doing on this video. So you start to choose who you're going to work with, and you start to teach, and you choose what you want to do. If it's going to be a membership, if it's going to be a one-time thing, if you're going to take on clients, if you want royalties, if you want to go for a book, if it's going to be standard publishing or a hybrid or like from the online world. When you start reaching to people who already have the following, they'll be respectful to you because you will be showing 100,000 followers on Twitter, or you're going to be showing 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, or 10 million hours of watched videos on TikTok, and so on and so on. So this is the stages of a writer. You cannot take advice from stage 3 and implement it at stage 1. You cannot take advice from stage 2 and implement it at stage 1. And you don't need advice from stage 1. here. You don't need to brute force here. You need priorities. You need to focus on leverage. You need to focus on what works, do it more. But if you start doing that here, you're going to experience a devastating reality which will state that nothing works. I will never make this thing work. I will always have writer's block. I will never go past that phase of my life, and I will never be a writer. So these two stages have their place. This stage have their place. You need to see where you are and then use what we just shared to hopefully elevate your lifestyle and do what you love. See you in the next one.